Hey, everybody. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. I'm here outside the courthouse during the lunch break for ASAP Rocky's preliminary hearing in his first degree assault case. This is the final day, it sounds like. This morning, the reporters were kind of questioning whether maybe we would have to come back here tomorrow. But it sounds like the detective who's on the stand today, who testified all morning, is like the only witness we're going to hear from. The judge said something about there's going to be a few more questions for him, and then she'll hear arguments. So we're going to hear Rocky's lawyer, Joe Tacopino, sum up his argument, argue about why he doesn't think there's probable cause to hold Rocky over for trial. And we'll hear an argument from the prosecutor about why he does think there's probable cause to hold Rocky over for trial. I said earlier that I don't think it's very often that a judge finds that there's not probable cause to hold him to trial. It'd be one of those things where if that was happening all the time in Los Angeles, there would be like, what's going on at the DA's office? Why are they charging people without probable cause? The hardest part of her job is definitely just managing all the attorneys who come through her courtroom, the preliminary hearing, kind of getting keeping the trains running on time. And she's definitely doing that here. But we heard from Relli, ASAP Relli, who's Rocky's high school friend. He testified in the first day of the preliminary hearing. So he's not here today, but his testimony took up all day on the first day. And he has known Rocky since high school. They went to high school in New York together, and they had a disagreement over a friend had died, a friend named Josh, and apparently there was a text message chain about how to pay for Josh's body to get back to New York. And Relli said all the friends were getting together to pool money together, and that Rocky joined the text and said that he would cover it. But Relli was under the impression that he didn't follow through on that. So he was angry with Rocky, and he sent Rocky a text message that I saw the beginning of it. This was on the first day of the hearing. It just said, like, it said, you so fucking fake it's sad. So kind of started this beef with them. And then Rocky was responding through a phone call to another friend. Rocky ended up texting Relli wanting to get together. Relli ends up meeting him on the street corner, and that's when the shooting allegedly happened. First he brandished the gun, pointed at his stomach. This is what Relli said Rocky did. And then there were 3 or 4 shots fired a ways away. There was running, chasing, etc. Then the shooting happened, and Relli's knuckles were grazed. I don't have which hand it was, but we've seen the photo of that. And what we're seeing this morning is a lot more surveillance video of everything that's going on. We've got the detective going through the surveillance video that we already saw, but we're getting more still shots from it. And then other video too that we've seen that shows the interaction. And what really stood out to me was we're seeing still shots from these videos that does show, I mean, I clearly saw a gun in somebody's hand. I couldn't look at the photo and say, oh, that's ASAP Rocky, just from my own knowledge. But the detective says that he's able to identify it as Rocky. And it's pretty clear that he has a gun in his hand. One really good thing about today is there's a photographer in there and a videographer in there. So they're getting all of this stuff. We could have done it on the first day. The judge is awesome. She's letting us do all this stuff. So everything that was up on the screen, my understanding is the photographer's getting that, and it's a pool photographer. So we should all get access to that stuff. It's just kind of a logistical nightmare of like, how do we get it? How do we get it out? And of course, everybody wants all that stuff. So I've got to be sure to talk to the photographer and videographer today. But the case, I mean, it's pretty much a given the judge is going to hold him over. And I think Rocky's lawyer, Joe Tacopino, might know that, but his defense on this, the judge isn't buying it. It's the kind of stuff that you would bring up at a jury trial about how he thinks that Relli is basically just making this up to try to get money out of it. But the judge says that she's not interested in the civil side of this. She doesn't care that Relli has a civil lawsuit or that he's pursuing damages through that. She says that's not at all relevant to the call that she needs to make about probable cause. So she's kind of shutting down some areas of questions here. But I think Joe Tacopino said he only had a few more minutes left of his cross-examination. I think the prosecutor will have a chance to do redirect, and then they'll do argument, which won't be very long. So I kind of think we're going to be out of here before 4:30, but we'll see. Like I said, it's just kind of a logistical nightmare today of like figuring out how to get the photo and video of everything, because I know everybody really wants to see that. And of course, Rolling Stones here, a lot more people are here this time. I was able to get some video of Rocky in and out, that kind of thing. So yeah, somebody says they have stills of Rocky holding the gun. That's what Detective Frank Flores was entering today in his testimony. That's the LAPD detective who testified this morning and investigated this. So yeah, we should be able to be seeing those soon. I'm keeping an eye out for them. There's only one of me, and there's other people at these news organizations working on it. So, but we're going to get all that stuff out, and I'm sure you guys will be seeing it like everywhere this afternoon. But yeah, I hate to only do like a 6-minute live, but I mean, really, I need to go do. No one from the hospital has testified right now. It looks like it's just going to be Relli and the detective. Relli already testified in the first day, and I think the hospital people, all that stuff is more evidence and more testimony that we would hear in a trial. But because it's just the preliminary hearing, they're not getting into every single thing yet. Yeah. So, and one point is that at this point, it's like not really the time for Rocky to like be putting on his whole defense. So it's just kind of, trying to poke holes in the prosecution's case and that kind of thing. But I mean, it's it's a pretty basic case. And Relli's testimony was like, he's really, steadfast in his testimonies. I have not seen Relli's lawyers today, and Relli's lawyers are pretty noticeable because it's Ben Chu and Camille Vasquez. I didn't know that going in on the first day. So when I saw them enter the courtroom, I was like, what the hell? It's Johnny Depp's lawyers. But no, I haven't seen them in there today. They might have Steve Cook in there, who's also with Brown Rudnick, Ben Chu and Camille Vasquez's firm. And I wouldn't recognize him on sight, but I'm not sure. Relli's definitely not in there. And witnesses aren't allowed to be in to listen to other witnesses. So like I said, I hate to only do like a 7-minute live, but there's so much going on. And the weird thing is this judge actually starts on time. So she is going to start right back at 1:30. So, I should be back at the courthouse at 1:20. I should go get something to eat, that kind of thing. There's a bunch of different things to do. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll try to do one tonight after she makes a decision, or maybe tomorrow, but probably tonight. And we're going to have the video and all the evidence and everything. So yeah, I'm looking forward to showing you guys what's up. Sorry for the quick live, but there's a lot going on. I'll see you guys later. Thanks.